So I guess what got you into running, like into being a runner?
Yeah. So I'm 23 now, but I started running when I was 13. Um, so yeah, really, I just grew up in the military and moved around a lot, and so I didn't like have a lot of friends when I moved that year. Um, when I was in eighth grade, so I was like, maybe I'll try out for track, and that's pretty much it. I just wanted to make some friends, and pretty immediately, I was like pretty good at it naturally, so I just kind of stuck with it.
So like, so were you also always like run in college and then be a pro runner? Like, was that always your dream?
Pretty quickly, yeah. When I first started running, like I was pretty innocent about it. I didn't really know like what cross country was or anything. Like my parents aren't athletes or anything like that. But yeah, my freshman year of high school, I would tell everyone, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna run pro. Like, so yeah, that was my goal, like right away, I would say.
So what's it like not being a pro runner? Like,
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, it's been like a big learning curve this year. It's so different from college, but I like the independence of it. I like training at altitude and in the mountains. It's so beautiful. So, yeah, I've enjoyed it. Like I have a lot more control over like my travel and all the races I do. I pick on my own and then tell my coach like after.
yeah.
So it's just a lot more like independent.
So how do you find races to do?
Yeah, I'm coached by Andrew Castor on the Mammoth Track Club. So something I really like about him is like we'll have a lot of meetings just to like kind of set a schedule of racing and training. So I'll just kind of tell him my goals and then he'll tell me about races he knows of because I'm still kind of learning what races there are as a pro and then yeah, we'll just kind of make a schedule together and then we'll work training backwards from there.
So like, how often do you prefer to race?
Yeah. I don't know. I run a little like longer distances, like 10K and up. So I can't really race like that often. So I'd say like maybe like once a month and then I'll take some breaks in there depending on where I'm at in training and stuff.
Do you have any races coming up?
Yeah, so I'm on a break right now, and then September 19th, I'm gonna race the Cow Harbor 10K on the road. But yeah, that's the only thing planned right now.
So what's go for that race?
I don't know. I've never run it, so I don't know what the field will look like. But yeah, I think I would love to like run a PB, come as close to breaking 32 minutes as possible, and I think if I do that, I'll be close to the top three. I feel like prize money is kind of the name of the game in the road races, so just kind of focused on place probably more than time.
Um, so do you prefer doing road like do you prefer doing road races over track races?
Yes. Yeah, that's a change I've made in the past 6 months is I'm definitely a lot more focused on the roads now. So yeah, I'm racing a lot of 10Ks this year and probably I'll run like a 15K um while I eventually work my way up to running like a half marathon. So yeah, I'm predominantly on the roads.
So do you miss the track at all?
Um, no. No. I ran a 10K on the track this year and it was a good experience, but I feel like on the track I just kind of overthink a little bit too much and I just find the environment to like be a little bit more stressful than the roads. The roads are just so supportive, like all the USATF road races, you'll like make new friends and stuff like that. So it's just a little bit more of a positive environment, I feel like.
Do you miss cross country at all?
Yes, I do. I'm only 1 year. I mean, this will be my second year post grad, so it hasn't been that long. But yeah, I'm like in close contact with my college coaches, and that's something I do miss is cross country because you can't really emulate that, as a pro. So yeah, I miss that.
I guess what would you say is your favorite part about running?
Um, I like the community of it. I feel like all my closest friends have come from it, and like all the coaches I've had, I feel like have really shaped me as a person, just like showing that much belief in someone. I feel like it's just given me a lot of confidence, and it's just changed who I am. So not even just liking to run faster racing. I feel like it's just the people that I've learned to love the most.
Um, and would you say that you still meet lots of cool people and like after you've graduated, like still now?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. I've met so many people this year, probably more so than I have in a long time, just because at the USATF road races, you'll have roommates. You'll be assigned a roommate. And so I just raced like the USATF AK championships in Tennessee, and I felt like I left with like five new like best friends, and we're like texting still and stuff, and that's just so sweet. Like that obviously doesn't happen in college. And then the girls on my team, there's only four girls on our team, including myself. So, um, yeah, they're super positive to be around. It's like the most positive team environment I've ever been a part of. So it's been great.
So do you run with them a lot then, like every day?
Yeah, not every day. Because if we run like different events, we'll have different workout schedules and sometimes. But for the most part, I would say like 4 days a week I see my teammates, 3 to 4 days a week. So yeah, I do all my workouts with somebody there.
And then do you like always like someone's like go and like do other fun things with them afterwards?
Yeah, yeah, we love getting food. There's a place called Salsa's in Mammoth Lakes or the Breakfast Club. Like, there's a lot of good places to eat here. So after long runs and workouts, sometimes our coach will take us all out and pay for food. So that's like a fun way to bond. And there's a lot of lakes here, so a lot of us own paddle boards, and we'll paddleboard together or watch the sunset or something like that. So
Sounds
that's neat.
fun. I had something I was gonna ask.
Oh, sorry, am I frozen? I don't know who's
Oh,
frozen.
you good?
Me?
So I had something I was gonna ask, but I lost my thought.
Oh, no worries.
Darn it.
That's okay.
I hate when that happens. Oh yeah. So what made you go to the Mammoth Track Club? Like why them?
Yeah. Yeah. So after my last college race at Syracuse, where I ran for 5 years, I like didn't have the best fifth year of running. Um, Probably a lot more like mental and stuff rather than like physical. But yeah, I sat down with my college coach, Coach Bell, in his office, and he was just asking me what I wanted to do and stuff. And I told him I wanted to run at altitude and live out west is just like a new life experience. And there's not that many running groups in the U.S. That are sponsored and that have a little bit of financial support. So Mammoth Track Club, he thought of because another Syracuse alum had run here in the past. So he just gave me Coach Castor's phone number, and then we started texting, and then I flew out here for a visit, and I just felt like the team was so kind, and I didn't really want to join another team environment unless I felt like the team was going to be supportive. So I just felt like it was perfect when I was here.
And did you know anyone beforehand, or was it like complete all new people that you met?
It was all new people. Yeah, I had no idea who was on the team or anything. Like I knew who Coach Castor was, obviously, and his wife Dina Castor is very well known. So I knew who they were, but that was pretty much it.
So so did you move there, or or have you always been there?
Yeah, so I moved here. I had been living obviously in Syracuse, New York for 5 years, and then decided to move here with my boyfriend. So we road tripped like 45 hours in the car to move here with like all of our stuff, and it was really fun. So yeah, I've lived here full time for a year.
And do you like it there?
I do like it. You should visit. I feel like anyone should visit. It's gorgeous. It's kind of like if you haven't been here, it's like similar to Colorado in a way, like just a ton of mountains and wildlife. A lot of people come here to vacation, so it's kind of like living in one of those like western little towns. So, yeah, I like it. I get homesick sometimes for New York because they're so different, but yeah, I've had a lot of fun.
Also, New York, where you actually from?
Yes. Yeah, I grew up in the military, but I'm like, I spent most of my life there. Yeah.
So how far is New York from where you are now?
It would be a 45-hour drive,
Ooh.
so I can't I can't drive. But I flew back and it was about like 10 hours flying.
And do you like do that often, or like how often would you say you all home?
I've only went home once this year. I just got back actually a week ago. So, yeah, I only went home once. It's just a pretty expensive trip.
Yeah.
But I'd like to start going home a little bit more frequently, maybe 2 to 3 times a year. If I have a race on the East Coast, it's kind of easy to extend the trip out there. So I might start doing that.
So the hard being that far away from home.
Yes. I'm getting more used to it now that it's been a year. And I'm like renewing my lease. So, you get your routines and stuff, and your friends in town. But yeah, it's hard. They're just so different. And yeah, I get nostalgic of my time in Syracuse, but I feel like visiting helps. And even just spending the last 2 weeks there, it was nice. And I feel good here too.
So did you go to Syracuse because you were in New York?
Sort of. I mainly went there for Coach Bell. I felt like we really connected on my visit, and I just really wanted to work with him. So that's the main reason I went there. And they're a 10K school for the most part, which is what my event is. But yeah, I mean, I knew the area on my official visit for colleges. And so I felt like at home. And it was also the coach I connected with the most. So it was just like perfect.
But you weren't opposed to going farther out, or were you want to be stay close?
No, yeah, because I had moved so much. I was going to high school in Ohio at the time, even when I was picking a college. So yeah, I took official visits to, I can't even remember, Knoxville, Indiana, and then Colorado Boulder. So I was kind of looking everywhere, and I just wanted to go somewhere where like the girls were the kindest, and the coach seemed interested in me.
And do you miss that like your Syracuse team?
Um, yes, I have some friends I miss. I really just miss living in the area and I miss my coaches the most. Um, so yeah, I miss it. I would say I was pretty like ready to move on at the time. And just meet new people. And after 5 years, you can kind of get stuck in social dynamics and things like that. But yeah, I get nostalgic all the time.
And do you still like talk to them, talk to your friends from there?
Yeah, yeah, that's where my best friends are from. So yeah, I have like 3 or 4 people I talk to like every week still, and we'll have at my wedding and all those types of things.
And are they like pro runners too?
One of them is Amanda Vestry. She runs for Brooks. So yeah, she was my closest friend from Syracuse. So yeah, I look up to her a lot, and I feel like she's set a great example for me. And then one of my other closest friends, Ellie Beveridge, she's a pro triathlon or runs just triathlon pro. So yeah, she's great.
Um, do you think that you can like win like a national championship race? Like is that a big goal in your mind that you have?
I would love to. I feel like I need a little bit more development because I'm just a little younger. But I think I'm definitely capable of those things. I feel like just got to stay grounded and think long term. So probably not in the next like year, but hopefully 4 years from now, and like so on and so forth. I'll be closer to finishing top three more often.
So where do you like now kind of finish in them?
Yeah. So I've been injured quite a bit this year, so I haven't raced like super frequently, but I was eighth at the US AK Championships, which is my highest like finish in a US race. Um, so that's like the best I've done, I guess, so far. But yeah, I'd love to keep improving upon that. The US 10K Championships are in October, so I'd love to be top five. That's my goal. But yeah, just chipping away.
Um, so how do you think the US AK championships went for you?
I thought it was good. I thought it was good. It was kind of a slow course, so nobody ran any like super crazy times, but I was proud of the way I competed. I've been struggling a little bit just with like being confident on the starting line. So I feel like I probably could have been a little closer to top three, but I felt like mentally I just like overcome a little bit of those battles out there. So I was really happy to be top 10 and like get my first medal.
Um, like what? So I guess like what is your like preferred style of racing? Like, do you prefer like fast for like all out fast races, like more tactical, like it's like a sit and kick race? How do you would you say that you like them?
I'm a tactical girl. I was just talking to my teammate about this, and she's completely opposite. But I like the tactical races. I feel like it's a different skill set. I feel like you have to be really gritty, waiting for those pace changes. Um, and yeah, I feel like even in my bad races, I like will close in a sub 70 um, in the last lap. Like I love that. So I would say tactical. I usually try to just go out. I don't know. I usually go out kind of conservative and then just like work my way through the field, usually.
So I guess like in your start line, do you like look up who's going to be there before you have your race plan, or do you have like a set race plan? Like, hey, I'm going to do this, whatever pace you were supposed to run. Like that's pace regardless of what how the race goes. I'm going to do it, or do you like to say depends on how the race shapes up? That was how I race.
Yeah, I feel like I never look at who's in it. I kind of just like to go in blind as possible. I feel like sometimes if you know like there's Olympians in the race and stuff, you can kind of get down on yourself a little too much or be like, okay, now I need to change my goals. And I think that can affect you in a negative way. So I just kind of go in. My coach calls me a day before the race and then we'll make a plan. And that's pretty much it. I just show up to the line and I just try to do the plan he gave me, pretty much regardless of who I see.
And so I guess like because you're a 10K girl and like who does a lot longer distances, like doing like the middle mile, like what makes you keep like how do you keep going like when you're hurting a lot and want to stop and slow down? What makes you keep going?
I'm like always still working on that. I feel like the more you can get used to redlining and going past that point is when you have the best races. So I'm working on that. It can be hard to get to that place every time you race. Um, yeah, I feel like it's just staying aware of your goals, regardless of how it feels. Like at 8K champs at 3 miles, it was like very uncomfortable, but um, I knew if I just stayed where I was at, I would be happy with the race. So it's just kind of like reminding yourself of that. Like you'll be super happy when this is over if you just like stay engaged, stay where you are, and usually if you I feel like think about the pain too much you kind of um, can self-sabotage because even though it hurts it's like you can hold it for another minute, another 2 minutes, another 3 minutes, and then before you know it the race is over. So just trying to like focus on what you're doing rather than what you're feeling.
And I guess kind of going from that, if like during a race, like if you have set like a set goal in mind, if you like are off that goal, do you get discouraged easily?
Yes. I do. I feel like you can turn it around in the race. Like, if you go out in like 15th and you're like, this is really hard and I thought I'd be top five, like, I feel like you can turn it around by just forcing yourself, like, pass one more person, pass one more person. But some days you just don't have it. Like, when I ran the 4 mile champs this year, I thought I would like take a stab at top five, and then I was 11th. And that was really humbling, but I feel like you just gotta accept it, move on, and then you'll show up to training the next day and just, keep it moving.
Would you say that you always are good at like not stopping, like even if you feel like terrible, like do you always keep pushing?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that's just the competitive nature of it is even if it doesn't feel good, it's like the fun part is beating people. So it's like who can hurt more right now kind of game in your head. So yeah, I feel like that's just always like been a natural part of it for me.
Yeah, because I think for me, like a thing that I've noticed, especially when I was in high school, a ton of problems I had is that I would like be running a race, and then I'll care too much about splits, and then I would go through a split at a time I was not happy with, and that basically like kind of mentally shut down afterwards. Which then,
Hmm.
even though I could still run a good time, I probably could have done better had I not mentally like I don't think it's like minutes I'm losing. So I don't think going like 2 or 3 minutes, like a minute, 2 or 3, or whatever. Like I don't think it's that much, but it's definitely a few seconds where it would probably be a lot. I could probably gain definitely like probably I'd say 20, 30 seconds difference. What I've harmed. Or one race I remember like I went the wrong way. Even though I've run this course a bunch of times,
Oh
I
no.
went the wrong way. And then I was so mad at myself. I just like I don't even care about finishing strong. I was like I didn't like I just was jogging through. Like I was not like I still had a decent time, but like I could have been like
Yeah. Yeah, that's
done the
really
wrong way before the course.
I have. I have. I'm like directionally challenged. So yeah, I definitely have. In high school, like the one of the races I won, that was like my main big win, I guess, of high school. I went the wrong way for like a minute. But I felt like the adrenaline was just like, yeah, it kind of helped me in a way. But yeah, I have.
And so have you won a lot of races?
Um, Yes and no. I have won a lot of races through my career in high school, and then a few big ones in, I guess, like in college. But yeah, I feel like winning in this sport just gets so much harder, the higher the level you're at and the faster you get. So, um, yeah, I don't know. I feel like maybe I won 3 races in college and I was super happy every time. But yeah, it just gets harder to win the older you get and faster you get.
Um, so what's the shortest amount of distance you will race?
Probably a mile. Probably a mile. I feel like I do have pretty good foot speed, so I'd love to race like a random road mile or 1500 on the track here and there, but it's just not my main event, so I don't do it a lot. Just because it takes so much, money and effort to travel to races, you might as well just focus on what you want to focus on. But yeah, mile's fun. I'd be happy to run a mile.
So do you do like high mileage usually throughout the week?
I do. Yeah, in college at Syracuse, I worked up to 75 miles a week by my 5th year, so it took time. Um, and then now I run closer to 80 miles a week.
Have you ever hit 100 miles in a week?
How much? 100?
Yeah.
No. No. Oh my gosh, no. I don't think I would do that, honestly. I would love to run a marathon one day, but even that I feel like I could be successful off like 90 miles a week. So it depends on the person. But yeah, I had 2 weeks at 85 this past training block and I was honestly just dead. I was so tired. So I feel like you kind of have to find the line of like decent enough mileage to perform well without like draining your battery. So
So how long are your long runs then if you're doing that many like what is it, 20 miles probably?
I run 15-mile long runs. I am at 8,000 feet altitude, so 15 miles up here is a lot more out of you than it would be at sea level. So you kind of have to be careful. Um, I just do 15. I might work up to 16 or 17 since I'm wanting to run a half marathon, but that's it for now.
Um I guess like so when you were younger and like you weren't as like as elite, what kept you going when like you like we just started like why keep going with running not try something else?
Yeah. Yeah, I like obviously I started running in 8th grade, like I was saying, but I tried like every sport before that. And I would always be like somewhat good at it at first, but I hated people looking at me. Like I would just get so self-conscious of people looking at me, like on the soccer field, or I played hockey at one point. And I don't know why. My parents like remember more than me. They were just like, yeah, you just like didn't like people looking at you. Um, but when I found running, I just loved it. Like even if I was good at it or not, it just made me feel so confident. And I was like, I want everyone to watch. Like, I want to invite everybody I know to this race just because I don't know what it was in me. I was just like, I'm so good. Like, I want people to come watch. And I'm not like necessarily like that now, but I feel like it was just a pure innocence and like love of the sport, regardless of like goals to go pro or whatever. I just thought it was so fun. So I feel like I was always just going to stick with that.
And so did you like, and so when did the time, like, I think that I kind of asked around this, but I don't know if I think I've specifically asked this one, but like, when did you know that you wanted to keep running in college, and like when did that switch happen? And well, that wasn't just a, oh, I'm doing this to like for fun, and it was like I actually want to do this, like,
Like, yeah, keep
yep.
going. Um, I would say there's probably like a few distinct moments. Like my freshman year of high school, I always had goals. Like, oh, it would be so cool to run in college and stuff. Um, I would say maybe more so like my sophomore year of high school, I had run like 5:08 in the mile, which is not like great in high school now, but at the time I was just like, oh my gosh, like that's actually something. And I feel like I had overcome such a mental barrier because when I first broke 6 minutes in the mile, I was so proud of that. And then 2 years later, to be like close to breaking 5 minutes, I feel like I just kind of had that switch flip of like, this wouldn't even be that bad of a time for some college teams. So I think it was just small moments throughout high school over time of like, oh, I think I'm actually like really good, and I'm not just having fun. Like I think I could actually do something with this. And then yeah, my senior year when college coaches started reaching out, I feel like they just affirmed what I had hoped was true about myself. And so yeah.
So like, were you expecting college coaches to reach out to you? Like, what was that feeling like when you got like offers from like different schools? Like all this work I've done has paid off. Like,
Yeah, it was a dream come true. I mean, you kind of start to think it might happen depending on the times you run, but when you actually get someone calling you and then scheduling a visit and then like giving you a scholarship, it's just like you're like, I honestly can't even believe it's like happening in a way. And it feels so long ago, but I was just so grateful. Like I cried a few times when college coaches would offer me. I'm like, you're talking to me. So just very grateful. Yeah. So yeah, it was great. And then like meeting Coach Bell, like not every college coach you meet in high school during the recruiting process are you gonna like click with. But when I met Coach Bell, it was just like, oh, this person's meant to be in my life. Like, and I could just tell he was going to be my coach. And it just felt like the start of a very special, new chapter.
um, I don't know. I just blank, complete blank. And then like, would you say like being on the team in college helped you transition from high school to college well?
Yes. Yeah. I ran at two high schools. So I ran in Virginia for 2 years. And then I moved because my dad was stationed at Wright Pat Air Force Base in Ohio. So I moved and went to high school in Ohio for 2 years. So my first high school was very like just like innocent high school running. Like I would work out with the boys. Like it wasn't a very competitive state, I guess. And then my high school in Ohio was like the best, one of the best states in the country, or best high schools in the country, which is a very rare high school experience. So I feel like Coach Russ, who was my high school coach there, he just kind of like educated me a lot on running, like weekly mileage. Like I didn't really know what that was till I met him, and like tempos and stuff. I didn't know what that stuff was till I met him. So I feel like when I got to Syracuse, I was very like prepared for the professionalism of it.
And like, I guess like, hopefully this never happens. But like, do you think they like what would like hope that like if you did stop running or something happened where you couldn't run anymore? What do you think you would do next? Like, do you have like things in case something like that would ever happen?
That would be hard. I mean, that'd be really hard. I feel like that'd be hard for anyone that when you love something so much. I try to have a well-rounded life like outside of it. Um, so I don't know what I would do. I would probably just work a lot. Like I have a full-time remote job right now. Um, and I like working in a way. So something I would love to work in one day is interior design. So God forbid something happened. I don't know. Maybe I'd get a job at an interior design firm or something.
So do you like working in like being a pro? Like, is that hard having a full-time job and doing that? Like,
Yeah, it's a lot. I'm very lucky that it's mainly remote. So, like after a workout, when I clock on to work, like I'm just clocking in on the couch, and I'll like put on my Normatec boots. So I try to still like center it around running in a way, but yeah, it can be a lot just because I'll get home from training, take a shower, eat, clock in immediately, and then I'm working like 8 hours, and then I'll double and then go to bed. So it does feel like every minute of my day is pretty filled, but it's also nice because I can't really think about running all day, because I'm working. So it kind of keeps me from like getting into a competitive loop or not competitive comparative loop with my running or getting too down on a workout or a race when it's just like real adult stuff that you have to think about instead.
and so like during the weekends, like, do you have like do fun things like too, or just work and run?
I like do a lot of work and running, but I don't work on Monday and Tuesday, and then I only work like a half shift on the weekends, like only like 4 or 5 hours on my computer. So I try to. Like the other day, I went up to Lake Mary here in Mammoth, and I just like swam for an hour, and it was so peaceful, and I saw a bear, so that was fun. But yeah, I love like nature hikes, fishing, stuff like that. So it's a pretty good place for me to live.
So like, do you like run the roads, run on trails? What do you usually run on?
I mainly run, there's a lot of dirt roads here, so I'll run on those trails. We also have a bike path throughout town that's paved, and I like that. I'm pretty prone to ankle sprains, so I just like running on the road sometimes to like know where my feet are going. But um, yeah, it's kind of a mix.
Have you had a lot of injuries throughout your career so far?
I have been injured, but thankfully, I mean, I know I've heard of people that have had pretty significant injuries with surgery and stuff. I've never had to deal with anything like that. So I've been pretty lucky. Um, this year I took 3 months off for like a knee injury, and that was like the longest I've ever taken off in my career for something. So I feel like generally I've been pretty lucky.
And so is it hard for you, like when you are injured, to like take the time off?
It is. I feel like you grieve it when you first find out. You're like super emotional. You're like, but I had this race planned in like a week, and you like want to hold on to it. But I feel like once it kind of settles in, like, okay, I'm injured no matter what I like feel about it, like I'm injured, and you just accept it. I feel like you can honestly lean into other parts of your life. Like at the time, I feel like I just leaned into doing a little bit better at my job, and I bought another bunny. And I just like, just tried to be me and like knew regardless I was gonna heal.
Um, so I guess like because I've been injured before, but not like so like how would you first know you are injured or compared to like if it's injury or if it's just like regular soreness from a hard workout or hard high mileage week?
Yeah. I feel like you just gotta know your body. Like I feel like it's helpful the longer you've done it, like especially if it's a repeat injury, you're like, okay, I know what that is. Like that's a red flag. Um, But yeah, I feel like you just gotta know yourself. Like, for example, with that knee injury, I never had ever had knee pain before. So I was like not taking it that serious. And then kind of ran through it until I was limping. So it's like you don't want to go that far with it. Um, but yeah, I think there's a difference between like muscle soreness and like, oh, this is like a sharp stabbing pain and I'm like limping around the house. I think if you're ever limping or like changing your running form to accommodate for something, then you're probably injured.
And I guess like so what causes the like that leg injury that they had recently?
Yeah, so thankfully that was back in like October. So it's been a long time. But I think I just wasn't used to training at altitude. That was my second month living at altitude. So, living this high up, I feel like you need to eat a lot more and sleep a lot more. And I think it was just honestly the stress combined of like working full time, training at 8,000 feet all of a sudden. I think I was just not respecting the fatigue on my body and the recovery needed.
And would you say that that like like would you say that injuries have also helped you become a better runner, like to know what to do differently?
I think so. I think even with that example, I think that kind of like shifted me into high gear, being like, okay, if you're going to live at such high altitude, you need to eat every 2 hours or every 3 hours and like take a nap every day. And so, even just that small example kind of shifted the way I viewed training up here on my new team. And I haven't really been injured much since then. So, um, yeah, I think you just learn more every time, or depending on the extent of the injury, if you're working with a physical therapist or whatever, just like holding on to all the exercises they taught you throughout time and continuing to do the ones that worked for you like a few days a week and getting rid of the ones that didn't work, like kind of has taught me how to make my own little strength routine too. So, yeah, I think it matures you in a way, even though it sucks.
Yeah. So what would you say is your biggest like life thing you've learned through running? Like what is it like what has it taught you the most? If that makes sense.
Yeah. I feel like it changes like throughout time. I try to reflect on that all the time. I would say this year in particular, I feel like I've learned like pretty much regardless, you're gonna have the result like you're gonna have. And so you might as well just be really intentional about the circle of people that you let around you. Because even though running is serious, especially when you care about it a lot, it's also not that serious. So like I want to race well and like have really good workouts, but I think you should also just like focus on your friendships and like being kind to the people around you in the process, and stopping when someone's tying their shoe or stopping to like pee on a run isn't going to ruin your run.
Yeah.
Just like yeah, slowing down.
And so do you like so if you find it harder to stop doing runs like tie your shoe or pee or something like that, like that's hard for you to do?
No, not me. But maybe in the past, when I was younger, maybe I like took it too seriously. Like I'd run in place at a red light or something like that. But now I feel like I've just gotten a lot more chilled out about everything, like, um, and just know it's not that serious.
So like are there any people that you look up to in running?
Yes, for sure. Well, I would say Dina Castor. Obviously, I know her now. She's my coach's wife, so I've always looked up to her story. Um, in her book, Let Your Mind Run, if you haven't heard of it, it's like a phenomenal book. And yeah, I just think she's incredible, and I don't think we've quite like reached the limit in American marathon running that she reached yet with like the new technology. So I will always look up to her and just like her positive mindset. Like she's just so bubbly. Um, I love Des Linden. I love her whole like no bullshit attitude, like drinking beers at a race. I'm like, yes, I love that. And Jess McLean, I feel like is kind of similar to her as well. So yeah, I like that vibe.
And have you met those people yet? Or you coach obviously, clubs are obviously, but like any others?
No, I've never met Jess. She's a really good friend of my friend Amanda, so maybe eventually I'll meet her at a road race. I feel like you kind of overlap with these people at road races, but yeah, I've never met Des or Jess.
No, because like this might be for me, but like if you like see someone like that like you've seen on TV that you've looked up to and then you see them like standing right there, like what do you like for me, I would like be like so excited and just like I don't know how like what to do. Like this person I've been like watching TV is right in front of me. I'm talking to them.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes I'll get like that. Like I just met Courtney Frerichs at the 4 Mile Championships, and I'm like, why am I racing you? Like I feel like I shouldn't even be in your presence, but we're like on the same starting line. But I also think the more that you're around people like that, or like people you looked up to that you're now competing against, like they're just normal people, and everyone, does the same warm up, same cool down. Like you're all kind of just the same. So yeah, I feel like realizing that kind of has helped me not be as nervous in these races too.
And have people come up to you and it's like, oh, it's Savannah. Like have people done that to you?
Actually, they have like at this last race in Tennessee. I am not like even near those women's level, but sometimes like younger high school runners, especially in the Midwest, since my high school was a little bit more well known, that has happened, which is always so weird. I'm like, why do you even know who I am? Like if someone knows my name that I don't know, I'm like, that's so crazy. Extremely flattering though. Yeah.
Like, so do you like if they like wanted me, like do you like meeting them, people who know you? You literally think this kind of weird.
No, I love it. I mean, I've had high schoolers come up to me in Wisconsin and in college because Ohio is obviously close to that. Um yeah, it's super sweet. I mean, you get in your own bubble in your head of like, oh, I'm not that good. I'm just working my way up, and you just kind of forget that people pay attention. So, I love it. Yeah.
And like that's something like why I also like doing stuff like this is because um I could just try to only just nonstop message the top people and then only talk to the other people, but also like I realized like, oh, there's people that like whether you're on the top, bottom, or somewhere in between, like wherever you are, you always are like so have such a cool like just such a cool person to get to know, and just like the people too. So like even if you're not like the most well known, you still like are really fun to talk to, get to know. And like something that like I want to do is I like some people who like don't who know they're not the best, but if I won't get like those interviews and stuff, like talk to like oh, like when I say your name, you're gonna instantly know that's who I am. Like even though that you may not be that like that good, I still want to be like, oh, someone here, someone like here, someone knows your existence, someone like pays attention.
Yeah, definitely. That's really sweet. Yeah, I agree. I feel like everyone in the sport, it's just such a positive sport, like it's fun to just get to know people regardless of what you're up to. So yeah, I totally agree.
Look, I remember like well, I forgot how young I was, but I was in this road race, and like this guy who won was like so far ahead of everyone else, and then he's just like running like after he's finished racing, he still is running back with other,
Yeah.
and I'm like, that's cool to see. Like you're done racing, you don't have to be like, and then you're still who are a lot slower than you, you're still running with them. Like that's really cool to like that was really cool to see.
Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, I feel like that's just like such a good example. Like I always say that to my boyfriend when we talk about running. I'm like, I think the legacy that you leave is like so important too. Like how you make people feel at these races, like the race directors, like thanking them for their help with things. Like I feel like all that is just as important as the medal that you leave with.
Does your boyfriend run?
He does. He's on the Mammoth Track Club as well with me. So yeah, he's a great runner. He ran at Syracuse with me for 5 years and then joined the team with me too.
Like same year as you, like everything?
Yeah, same grade. So yeah, we met our freshman year of college at Syracuse, and we've been dating ever since. So yeah,
Uh-huh.
we've been together for almost 6 years, and yeah, we train together. It's so fun.
Um, so is that nice having having a boyfriend that runs?
Yes, it is nice. We just understand each other, and no one else in my life other than him like understands my career like he does. Like he has been on two teams with me now. So if I'm kind of going through something or doubting my fitness, he'll be like, "No, like I remember when this happened." Like, or before 8 kilometer championships, like I wasn't having a great workout, so he just like did the workout with me and I could kind of re-engage. So it's great.
So do you run together a lot then?
We do. Yeah, we live together. So if we don't have practice, we just run together, the two of us.
Uh, uh, do you ever like run by yourself ever? Or do you
Yeah, I do. I feel like that's something I enjoy with my new team is they all like understand that. Like sometimes people will text and just be like, I just need a solo day. just to like decompress. And I'm like, yeah, girl, do your thing. So yeah, I do sometimes, especially since I work and not everyone on the team works. I'll be like, have to run at like 7 a.m. sometimes, and I don't want to make people get up. I'm like, just sleep. I'm just gonna go. So
Like a but like so if you like you like would you say like it really depends on like the moment or is it usually like a like if I had it my way I would run with someone.
it depends on I feel like it just depends. I really enjoy running with my boyfriend, the two of us, just because, we just have an understanding. Like sometimes you'll talk, sometimes you'll just be quiet, but it's like a support. Um, it just depends. I obviously enjoy working out with people and doing long runs with people more than being alone, because suffering is easier with a person. But honestly, on recovery days, I probably run the slowest of everyone on my team. I feel like everyone just has a different recovery pace. So I definitely prefer to run alone on easy days just to make sure I'm not like getting myself injured or overdoing it.
Do you listen to music when you do that or just go just like have nothing just listen to the air like
I honestly really like podcasts. I'll bring my phone and I'll just play a podcast out loud. Um, yeah, I really like reality recap. I really like reality TV. So I'll play like a podcast that's like talking about reality TV or something. And it's fun. I just like zone out and it's good.
and would you say that having those things in the background keep helps you focus and like helps you keep going?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, the workouts are really hard here in the long run. So sometimes for easy days, I'm like getting myself out the door. I'm like, I don't feel like doing this today. And that's just part of training at such high altitude. It's always pretty tiring, but yeah, it's nice. You're running like 8 miles or an hour or whatever, and it's just like I feel like the minutes fly by. It just feels like you're listening to your podcast and like enjoying the mountain views and stuff.
Yeah, because I think for me, like when I run, I listen to music just because, like, especially when the runners, some like when you run someone, obviously, I don't want to like, I want to talk, like, enjoy the talk to them, like, I want to like be with them. But like, if I'm by myself, which is like most of my runs now,
Yeah.
I like it helps me keep going because like I'm like maybe I could do it, but I don't think I'm good, like just having nothing. Although weird thing is that when I do road races, I don't like having music on. Which is like
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm like that. I'm like training. I don't want to go without it. But then I never want. But like if I hear music like from the speakers or at a race, I'm like, oh, that's great. But I don't usually like listen to it while I'm racing. I don't know why I'm like that.
I feel like maybe it's just like the energy of the crowd sometimes
And
in
because
the
yeah, and because like I think, or then maybe because like I want to be like I want to like hear the people cheering, hear the environment there, or if,
yeah.
like especially if it's a race I don't know. Because I have gone wrong turn one time, 3 times. I don't want to do that again. So when like if someone's yelling me, "Hey, go left, go right, go straight," and I'm having music on too loud, then I might not hear them, and then add on seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I feel like it's just the mood you're in. Like, yeah. I feel like if I'm quite tired, it's always nice to have a distraction.
So you're off right now, you said?
Yes, yeah. I ran today, so I'm starting to get back into it, but not much. Yeah, I took 6 days off after my last race, so yeah, just taking my time.
And that usually happens. We take like a week, about a week off after each race.
Yeah, not after each race. Like I haven't had a break since really my injuries in December. So after this last race, I was just like feeling a little overcooked. I just needed a break rather than continuing to race. So
So is that your coach telling you that you need to rest, or is it you telling coach, "Hey, I think I need to rest"?
we were kind of just on the same page, like coincidentally, but he's like such an easy guy to talk to. Like if you need a break and you've been racing a lot, usually you can just be like, hey, I think I'm just gonna end my season here. And I just didn't have any other races planned after this. And 2 or 3 of my workouts just weren't going too well at the end there. So I think it's really just because I needed a break, just a little exhausted.
Yeah. So like back to what I said I was saying earlier. Are there any like current athletes that you want to meet, like in your like that you love to race with?
Yeah, yes, my teammate Carrie Elwood, she's phenomenal athlete and she's on the team with me. So she mainly lives in Boulder, Colorado, but she'll come to Mammoth for like altitude stints rather than being like here full time. But never raced with her, so it'd be fun to race with a teammate because we're the only two American women on the team. So I would love to race with her. That would just be fun. I love she's so just kind and I just love her energy. So it'd be fun to race with her. Jess McLean, like I mentioned, is I would love to race with her. I feel like it's just fun to be around people you look up to and kind of see their processes and how they handle themselves at races. And um, especially I'm a little bit younger, so just like learning how to emulate some of these people that are such good role models in the sport.
So like so kind of going different thing like do you enjoy watching other pro races too? Like do you enjoy watching other pros or do you just like only focus on yourself?
I do. I'm a fan of the sport. Yeah. I don't like watch races and try to like equate it to what I would be doing in the race if I were there. I enjoy watching the sport as a fan too. So yeah, I've loved watching US track championships the past week that it's been going on. Super entertaining and obviously like some of the people from college or whatever it is. So it's always exciting to see how they'll do. So yeah,
Although
it's like lovely.
although those ticket girls went out slow.
I know, but it looks so fun. My teammates told me that. I'm like, see, that's my dream race. Like that looked like really fun. But yeah, it's fun to
Going from
watch.
18 to 15 that fast? Like you think he
I
should
know. Yeah, they went out in a 99 or something crazy. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of college racing. Like ACC championships was always like similar to that. I think it's more fun to watch that type of race, honestly.
I almost think it's kind of but like it almost depends on the move because like to one way it's like I love them because then you see like a sub 60 last lap from women or like a 53, 54 from guys.
Right.
But also like you're never gonna see like a late time. So it's like but
It's
whereas like I think when you go like have like an all out time trial, I like those too because you see like fast splits the entire time.
I know. I know. Yeah. I was like talking to my teammate about that. I feel like there's like so many time trials throughout the year, like in Europe in the Diamond Leagues and at Sound Running with the pace lights. Sometimes it's just fun to see people just like race each other. I feel like that's actually what the sport is about is racing. So yeah, I feel like both are entertaining to watch, but yeah, I don't know.
But it makes me like, oh, I could keep up with the pro runners for like half a race. I get dropped up halfway, but
But you could be there. So
uh,
yeah.
I was gonna like how all the guys can go from like 16:10 to like 14 flat. I don't get how you drop in 2 or 3 minutes off. Cause like why go that fast second half? Like just like can you not go that fast the whole time? That's what makes me wonder. Is like you could
Right.
run like really like top US times if you did that twice rather rather than
I know. It's hard to say. I feel like when no one wants to take it, it's kind of like you don't want to waste your own energy by taking it and sacrificing your result. So, I know. It's funny.
so when you're in those races, do you like get like annoyed that it's so slow, or do you like
No. No, I love a tactical race because I think I'm very good at like I think I could drop like maybe this isn't true, but I feel like I could drop as like a 62 in a 10K. And so part of me is like, oh, this is my secret weapon. Like, let's keep it slow. But some people get annoyed. I don't know. I think it's all just racing and you just kind of have to go with it, whatever it's going to be.
no? Because like what is that makes him go that's like that? Because like I've never really had like really tactical. Because like I only ran like a year in college, but like a year in college before I switched schools and was fast enough to be in the college I graduated from. So I never really had a really tactical race. So like what makes them go like not want to speed up when they're like when that's basically like a jog for them?
I think part of it is a lot of people are running more than one event. So, you have a 5K like 2 days later. And so most of the field is trying to maybe preserve their legs. But I also don't think people really think about it. It's just kind of how the race plays out. And even if it's very, very hard to run a PR that late in the season. So even though your second 5K was a 14:10, like if the first 5K was a 14:10, I feel like maybe the second 5K is more likely to be a positive split usually. It's just really hard to run PRs that late in the season. So I think people are trying to kind of preserve themselves and only have to race the last few laps. That's my, I don't know. That's how I do it.
Yeah, but then it kind of stinks. Is like everyone's because they're all going so slow. Like for the guys 10K, like Woody Kincaid absolutely blasted past Grant Fisher in like on the last lap. Which is
Yeah.
like it's just like these athletes gonna have like these 54-second last laps. Like if I was them, I feel like I would want to draw the legs out of those fast kickers that know I can kick under 60 or kick.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of probably like the internal debate for some people because everyone has a different skill set. So some people are like, let's go, like it's gonna play in my favor. And other people probably know like if it's a kicker's race, they're not gonna come out on top. So I feel like you just have to kind of trust your coach at that point and your own race instincts if you should go sooner or
So are coaches young to go faster, or are they just like doing those races, or do they want them to go faster, or they you would just like stay in the top?
feel like every coach is different. I mean, when I've been in fields like that, I've never run a US track championship, but um I don't know. Yeah, I feel like you hear coaches yelling different things. My coach would always cracked me up in college because like at ACC indoor championships, for example, one year um, our best guy got put in the slower heat. And so he was yelling during the fast heat. He's like, slow down. Because if they slew down, our guy was going to win. And then he did win, which was funny. But yeah, I feel like every coach is different. Like if they know, like, oh God, like my athlete's not going to be top three because of this right now, they're probably yelling something. Yeah.
And have you like I don't think you've been on yet, but do you plan on being in a Diamond League race?
Um, that would be amazing. I'm not very focused on track right now, so maybe when I'm a little older, maybe I could have my agent try to get me into one of those. But yeah, I'm just focused on the roads right now, so there's really no diamond leagues for road racing.
Yeah, but that would be cool though. But I feel like the Diamond League roads is, but they should have those like more professional races because I feel there's only a few like really elite races.
For the roads.
Yeah, like
I know.
there's not many as many road races elite things as there are.
Yeah, that would be super cool if there's a diamond league for the roads. That would be something. So yeah, that would be epic. They should incorporate that.
Um, so a question that I was ever asking people is it if you like the trackman like I know I'm never gonna be good at this event, but I would try just say I've done it. Any of the events you'd want to say, just say you've done it.
I don't know. Like my first thought is like, oh, 400 hurdles. For some reason that's my thought, but I cannot hurdle. Like I just know it would be a terrible event. So, yeah, I don't know. I feel like steeplechase would be so fun in theory, but I think I like would be physically incapable of hurdling. But yeah, that's my thought. Something with a hurdle.
I was like Pova could be fun.
That's a good point. I have said that. I would feel so cool flying in the air. Yeah, they look awesome. So maybe that.
But I know I'm not getting that pole off the ground.
No, me either. Definitely me. I think it takes so much strength, like more than people imagine.
And that's the thing about one thing about running that kind of bugs me is that you watch on TV or you watch from like the stands or something, and they look like they're jogging, and like I'm like, oh, I could run with them. And then you are down even like you're down in the actual field or with them, and like, nope.
I know. I know. I've had that thought before. I think it's just because they're so athletic, like a 70 looks slow for them because they're so comfortable.
And it's just crazy thing like, oh, it's like these guys are jogging, and yet for me, if I was doing that, I would be like struggling to even stay with them.
I know, it's crazy. Yeah, I always play that game watching men's races, like the men's 1500. I'm like, how long could I stay with them? I'm like, literally not at all. Like, I couldn't even stay with them for a meter. But yeah,
Do you like watch both like do you both like both guys and girls racing, or do you like prefer women's racing? Like, do you have a preference, or do you just watch it all?
I just watch it all. I find them both entertaining. I mean, I have people I cheer for, people are just interested to know how they're gonna do in both. The women's races are always like a little different to watch because like you're always wondering, kind of like looking at the time, wondering where you'd be in the race. Whereas the men's races are just like kind of pure entertainment.
Oh, but that's what you do. So, like, like, if you watch a women's race, you're like, oh, how would I do in that situation?
That's not why I watch it, but I feel like subconsciously sometimes you're just like, you can't help but wonder. But yeah, I'm just a fan of the sport either way.
Yeah. Like, I know I'll probably be like watching it far later than I will be actually running. Like, I can't see, like, I can see a world where I don't run anymore or do that. Like, I can see that happening, but I can never see a world where I just like say, you know what? I just don't like track anymore. I just don't want to care about it. I just can't see that ever have a
Yeah, me either. I know. I'll always watch it. Like when I'm like 60, I wonder how much the sport will have changed. I always think about that.
and like how many records I like have like gone down array. I'm like I'm still like I'm like young to 22, so it's like I'm young. So like we're young. Like we're 60s, you'd be like
I
high
know.
school on like basically pro or like if you're in the top high school or anyone in top high school, you could pretty much go pro immediately out of high school pretty much. And it's just like,
Yeah, it's crazy to see how much the sport has changed just even like since I graduated high school. So, yeah, it'll keep changing for sure.
keep going and then so when we were like grandparents, we'd be like, what has happened? It's like this is like
I know, literally, I'll be like, you guys, I used to be good.
and now
Believe it or
and now these good times aren't good anymore.
I know. It's already happening with high school. I'm like, what is this? People are so fast now, but um yeah, I just got to keep moving with it, I guess. We'll keep getting faster too.
Yeah, like there's certain records I think like you hit both 100. I don't ever see that ever going down. But the other records I think that are more likely to like the women's 800. I think that's coming soon. Men's 800.
I do too. I know. I think the women's will go this summer.
I feel like that if you have a good pace or have a good pace line, you can get it.
Yeah, it's so different now. It's so much easier to have the conditions set up, with the pace lights and everything.
I'm like, oh, you can't like when they're like oh like point so like point 0.7 off. I'm like, could you not have run point 0.7 faster? I'm like, time's not done. They'll probably have no energy left.
Probably maxed out. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's crazy, but yeah, super
But
entertaining.
I just yeah. And so like what was it, a year and I don't know, half maybe like last spring or sometime, I was just like, because some friends of mine did like a running podcast, and I was like, oh, that's a good idea. I'll do something similar to that. So then
Mhm.
I just started making a running page and just like post race results, and then initially I had the format of do like more like interviews, like it'll be like, hey, tell me who you are, like it'll be more awkward, and I was like, and after feeling like that, like and even like a couple of times I had like an actual like questions written down, but I was like, yeah, I don't like how that looks. So like I would rather it be like this. I mean, or at least I'm hoping this is felt like this. Well, my goal is to like don't want it to be like an interview. I wouldn't call them interviews because it sounds better, but I wanted to be more like two people just like I guess like at pretend like it like or like a coffee shop just talking about just like the love
Yeah,
of like that's kind of what my goal is to just like don't like think of like something stressful. That's why I'm like don't like wear like a dress or some nice outfit. Like just like come whatever. whatever, just
Right.
and that's my goal, just like learn about like it's like so I always have like some questions that like if nothing happens, I will ask. But I usually always ask like, tell me about how you got into running or like what got stuff like that, and then basically just
Right.
conversation goes, and then usually that goes to places that I can like ask follow-ups. Sometimes it just doesn't. Usually the people like like yeah this, and then I can like bounce questions back, so it feels like an actual conversation rather than
Yeah.
interrogating you, which is not what I want this to be.
No, that's very true. Yeah, that's I think that's a good idea for a podcast. So, yeah, I mean, it's been great talking with you. Thank you for wanting to speak with me here.
Yeah, of course. I just like ideally I would love to talk more pros like you, but like pros don't always check the DMs, which is to like
I yeah. Well, just keep reaching out. I feel like the more people you talk to, you can grow your
and,
own podcast.
and that's what I'm hoping for. Like the more I talk to pros, they like have their friends. They tell me about to their friends, and then they know someone else who can get me in contact with pros, and then like because like I graduated college this past spring, so I guess like that like not I probably not right now because I probably not want enough to do that. But I guess my dream job would be go to these pro races and be like a race commentator or race in like person who like interviews the athletes afterwards. Just 'cause like I feel like I'll be really good because I know the athletes are ready, and then talking to them would be really cool.